Hi, I'm Kerry from Rutland Cycling. I've been competing in triathlon since 2009. When I first started racing, one of the new experiences for me that I had to get to grips with was swimming in open water. Several things make this a very different experience from being in a pool. Firstly, it's harder to swim straight as there are no lines to follow on the bottom. Other differences are that you are allowed to follow other swimmers very closely and get some advantage by being pulled along. This is called drafting. There are no ends, and so turning is a bit of a different challenge. You never know what the weather is going to throw at you, and, in the UK at least, you're very likely to be swimming in a wetsuit. But probably the key barrier for me was managing my fear and anxieties about being in open water while trying to keep calm and focused. In this video, we'll explain a handy tip for beginners and experienced triathletes alike that will help calm the nerves and get you off to a really good start. And we'll also show you a great exercise that will improve your core stability and help with your streamlining. Let's go and see.
Hi, I'm Mary from Inspire2Tri. We're in a nice warm cosy endless pool today with lovely clear water, sides to follow. Will's got the pool to himself and he's well in his depth. So he's got nothing to worry about. But when you get out into open water, all that changes and it can be a little bit scary, especially for the first time. But don't worry, it's common to feel nervous, and so you're most definitely not alone in your feelings. Now it's very simple, but something we often forget when we're apprehensive about the water or we're nervous about a race is to breathe out constantly and evenly under the water rather than holding our breath. Why is this important? First, because it makes you relax and gets you into a regular breathing pattern, ready to swim hard. Secondly, because it means that when you turn to breathe, you only have to breathe out and not in as well, and so this makes you faster and smoother. And finally, because when you hold air in your chest, it means the chest float at the expense of the legs, so you have a lot more drag when you swim. So, together with Will, I'm going to show you one important technique which is a must-do that you can easily practice in a pool as well as in the open water to get you off to a great race start. And this is equally important for both the most experienced swimmers among you and also the beginners. Okay, Will, all we're going to do is a really simple technique to help you remember to breathe out underwater. Now, normally I'd ask you to put your hands by your side, but we're not in very deep water, so I'm just going to ask you to lift your hands above your head when you do this. That's it. I want you to take in a breath, not a big breath, just a normal breath, and then I want you to sink down to the bottom of the pool and just sigh the breath of water out on the way down, sit on the bottom and come back up again for me. Can you do that?
Yep. You want me to go now?
Yeah, please. That's really good. That's great. And it doesn't matter whether you let the air out through your nose or your mouth, whatever's comfortable for you. Now I want you to do that again, and I just want you to do it 3 times in just a regular movement. You're going to take a little breath in, breathe out, sink down, come up, and do that twice more. Okay? That's really good. So now when you start to swim, Will, what you'll remember is that as you relax, as you start that race or as you first get into water, all you need to do is just practice that a few times till you've got used to breathing regularly, and it'll give you a much better start and it'll make you feel a lot less anxious as well. Okay. It also helps to float the back side of your body, but I want to show you something else that's going to help with that as well. Now, once you've got the hang of this, start to swim focusing on breathing out under the water, just as you did just now, and remember to relax. And if you know that you have a tendency to hold your breath, make it part of your regular sessions. Just do a few bob downs to practice breathing in and out and sinking down before you start your swim session. You're really likely to find that you won't get out of breath so quickly and that you'll be more relaxed and ready to race. And when you do go to open water, do just the same thing in the warm-up before the race starts. Just a few bobs up and down, practicing breathing out. So apart from helping with your anxiety, breathing out under the water also helps to take air from your chest and to float your body into a nice streamlined position. Now there's something else that can help with that, and it's associated with giving you a stronger core to move your arms and legs while you're moving through the water to hold your body floating on top of the water. And I'm going to ask Will to get out of the pool and show us one core exercise, which is either called a plank or a hover, that will help you strengthen those essential muscles for staying streamlined. Okay, Will, so let's demonstrate a hover or a plank on the ground here. Now, I'm sorry you still got your wetsuit on, but I'm sure you'll make a great job of it. So if you can come down into a plank position, and you can do this exercise either on your knees to start with, or you can do it on your feet. Now, Will's body is nice and flat, head in a neutral position, arms, elbows underneath the shoulders, and he's having to use all his core trunk muscles to hold his body in that stable position. It's really, really good to make sure that when you swim, you stay tall and streamlined in the water. You can hold this position for 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or even a minute, maybe even more as you get better at it, 5, 6 times in a row. If you do that really regularly, then you'll get an awful lot stronger and your swimming will be a lot more streamlined.
Thanks, Mary. Remembering to breathe out underwater seems such a simple thing, but I know it's something I forget to do when I'm anxious or about to race. And building my core strength has definitely helped make me more streamlined and swim faster. If you're new to triathlon and you're looking for more advice and tips, we've got loads more of videos and guides to help you at rutlandcycling.com/triathlon. And if you're looking for a triathlon bike, tri clothing or equipment, we now stock a full range online at rutlandcycling.com, or you can come and try before you buy at our giant store at Rutland Water. Good luck with your next triathlon.